All right, first and foremost, anyone affected by this hurricane right now and who is in an evacuation zone, please go ahead and leave. Please, because it is not safe. Your life is at risk right now. Now, with this, if you have not left yet, do not forget your medications. I've been reading stories right now all over the media of people trying to already rush into CVS's and stuff and get scripts filled when a lot of places are just shutting down. So what does that mean for you? First off, and if you live in Florida and whatnot, and you're considering if you're leaving, okay, make sure you get everything you need, but prioritize, make sure you bring your medications you need, because remember, there are a lot of medications that, if you just stop cold turkey, have some harsh side effects, in particular psych meds. For example, if you're taking an antidepressant right now and you're like, oh, I'm going to try to go without it, make sure that you remember that things such as anxiety and depression can have a rebound effect and can come back a lot worse if you stop all of a sudden. So make sure you do bring your medications with you. And with that, you might want to be prepared just in case, if you are taking things such as controlled substances. When you bring your script, you might want to start considering lowering your dose a little bit, because when it's time to get your script refilled, who knows what pharmacies are going to have what, and just the lack of, unfortunately, resources that are going to be going on. And this is across the United States for people trying to get their medications filled. So you might want to, in the meantime, if you've been considering not quitting, but tapering a med to a lower dose, this might be the time to try it a little bit. And what I mean by that is, for example, if you're taking an ADD medication or whatnot, dropping it by 5 or 10 milligrams right now, because once you hit the end of the month when you can get it filled, typically there's like a 2-day window. If you've dropped your dose, you ideally would have some left at the end of the month, to where if you couldn't get your medication for 4 or 5 days or so, due to them might being out of stock, the pharmacy not being open or whatnot, not being able to get supplies shipped to them, their medications, it might come in clutch. And then if you have to go without it and you've lowered your dose, the side effects of the withdrawal will be minimized a little bit more. And I really do right now feel for people who take things such as methadone, where you've got to go to the clinic every day, because this would be truthfully very hard. That is why, for someone right now, if you take something such as Suboxone as well, where you've got to get you go every month to the Suboxone clinic, this would be a time to be safe, to once again lower that dose maybe a little bit every single day until you can ensure you can get your next script filled. Because if you do have to go without it, Suboxone withdrawal, methadone withdrawal, it's no joke. And somebody going through methadone withdrawal right now, or has to go every day, I feel for you. Hopefully, wherever, if you're having to evacuate right now, Florida, they might be able to get you switched from methadone to Suboxone if they can, because the last thing you're going to want to do right now is, unfortunately, relapse. If you maybe have to go without the methadone and whatnot, this might be a good time to, even with all this stress going on, maybe getting it out of your system a little bit right now. But hopefully right now with this, there will still be access to people who can get the medications they need, such as methadone and Suboxone. But just prioritize, once again, making sure that you can bring your medications with you, because it can be very easy to forget something such as even like an antidepressant or an anxiety medication, and then when you leave and whatnot, you're like, man, I forgot my medication. And then from there, you're going to start having all sorts of side effects. And at the same time, when you bring your medication, do consider maybe lowering the dose a little bit at the same time, which can really help if you have to go without using your medication. This is just a quick video. Pray for everyone out there who is being affected by this monster of a hurricane. And from there, just stay safe It's not worth if people are telling you to stay home or whatnot, and you feel like you need to evacuate and whatnot. You know, what's the worst that could happen? You're going to save your life. You're going to save your life. This is nothing to be played with. Do try to remember your medications if you can, because there unfortunately could be a shortage of medications in the near future and in the immediate future as well. Stay safe. That's your daily dose of mental health. We'll be putting out videos just more and more and more. Love you all.